We start off with Swordtail, who is stuck in a field. He sees Blue and goes to check on him, but then he remembers he's being mind-controlled by a plant and he cannot move. How lovely. Then we jump to Snowfall, who has become queen after the sudden death of Glacier. She's really worried that she's going to be a horrible queen, and then she proceeds to be a horrible queen while Tundra yells at her. Snowfall is becoming incredibly anxious about this large swarm of mystery dragons headed towards her kingdom, and since she's still traumatized from the Darkstalker disease, she's terrified that they're gonna try to kill her. Lynx interrupts her prolonged panic attack by being the best thing to happen to this book and sparking up some light jokes, saying that it must suck to only deal with bossy boomers that stick to harsh traditions. Yeah, Snowfall doesn't think that the joke is funny, even though she wholeheartedly agrees. Anyway, we cut to a flashback where Glacier is dying of the animus ailment, and then gives the throne to Snowfall to prevent another war between three princesses, because one war over something that could have been so easily solved as assigning an emergency backup was enough. Anyway, Crystal runs away the day after Glacier dies, making Snowfall all paranoid about a possible assassination attempt from her sister, who is denied the throne. After Snowfall has this flashback, her and Lynx make an agreement to meet up with the mystery dragons peacefully, like that's a reasonable expectation for this highly unstable and paranoid dragon. Due to being incredibly unstable, Snowfall takes it upon herself to go to the super secret vault to find super secret weapons to obliterate her enemies, and takes the baby down with her. She takes some weapons with her, and then she throws away the instruction manual, hoping for the best. Good job, Snowfall. In the morning, they go out to do their little meeting, and Snowfall conveniently leaves out some very important details about the enchanted stuff to Lynx. They now find the new dragons, and Snowfall immediately starts antagonizing them, threatening a literal child with a knife. Good job, Snowfall. Then Cricket mentions that Clearsight is a descendant of theirs, and Snowfall summons an army of their stealth bands. Good job, Snowfall. So the Pantella pack are all pretty shaken up from that, reasonably so. And Lynx convinces Snowfall to at least escort out the intruders instead of resorting to brutal murder. And Snowfall reluctantly agrees, and they all help them over to Jerboa's house. While they're on the way, she has a little talk with Hazel, who briefly mentions the mind control plant, and Snowfall once again has a mini spaz attack, afraid it's another Pyrea plague all over again. Hazel just says, "Nah, dude, it's just a plant, it's not that deep." And Snowfall instills deep anxiety into her by saying she could be assassinated at any time. Good job, Snowfall. Anyway, Snowfall sees Jerboa and Moonwatcher and gets annoyed that Nightwing has the audacity to share the same air as her. Jerboa doesn't seem too happy about the new visitors, but Keeblue says that they can all just be taken to Sanctuary. Snowfall debates leaving, but she decides that she hates queen duties so much that she might as well stay. And it also turns out that those animus objects aren't working quite how she expected, and now the ring doesn't come off. How weird. Oh, while she's sleeping, she has a dream that she's someone entirely different, and then she wakes up deciding to keep it a secret because God forbid she communicates anything to anyone. Good job, Snowfall. Anyway, she does try to get some information out of a poor Silkwing that confirms that her brain somehow came up with new and accurate information that Snowfall shouldn't know. She realizes that this ring of vision is a problem and it's not coming off, and she tries to break it off, and that doesn't work either. Una, can you burn it? Well, guess that's just a thing now. Good job, Snowfall. So now we cut to Sanctuary, where Snowfall finds an Icewing. She gets suspicious and runs after her, only to realize that it's her long-lost sister. Who could have ever seen this coming? And now this Mudwing is trying to murder Snowfall, and Crystal freaks out, getting them all to actually relax and talk like civilized dragons for once. Jeez. But now we learn that her sister isn't actually plotting a Soricide, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Now that was a really weird coincidence, but now they're getting every queen together for a meeting to talk about this new Pantella business. Snowfall has another vision where she gets information about what the Silkwings are up to back at the hives, and guess what? It's no good. Once she snaps out of it, Thorn takes her out flying so she can stop having an emotional stroke. As the queens are getting ready for the meeting, Snowfall once again gets a vision where she's the Leafwing doing its thing on Pantella, and now she's basically an expert on the situation that's going on. The second she wakes up, the Winter convinces her to watch a Scavenger, only for a Scavenger to appear and distract her so that the Scavenger can escape. She actually seems to care enough to go after him, and she finds out that Scavengers can actually speak. Well, some can. What a neat discovery. But even after this proof, Snowfall doesn't believe it, and then she immediately gets proven wrong when she gets a vision where she is one. Good job, Snowfall! So the meeting ends and the queens all decide to send a single representative of their tribe to go and fight hundreds of individual hive mind dragons all by themselves, hoping for the best because it's part of a prophecy. I'm sure that was reassuring. Later, she ties things up with Crystal, and that eases a lot of her anxiety, which is a good step. And while she's flying back, she breaks the ice cliff. Actually, good job, Snowfall. She has another vision. This time it's of Jerboa's backstory, which is its own crazy thing, and now we know why animus magic doesn't work anymore. Basically, Jerboa has animus-based trauma, and she made a spell to get rid of it. Thanks, Jerboa. So now that Snowfall's kinda angry about this animus stuff making problems, she returns to the palace and finds out that Mink is now full of hate, now that her aunt and uncle have made her queen when Snowfall was gone for a couple of days with notice. because that makes sense. She then realizes that the crown induces racism and she destroys it, and then she goes to break the order wall. Great job, Snowfall, actually. Like, genuinely. She has one last vision where she meets the dragon that made the ring, and then she sees that she was chosen to be the queen because she actually doesn't make a bad queen. You know, she didn't do too bad for someone who just got skyrocketed through character development at the speed of